Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're gonna go live and we're gonna talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we're also gonna take a look at altcoin. And it is already almost January 2021, right? So altcoin is still bleeding. We're gonna take a look at alt on the macro scale and see what type of structure we could be anticipating going in 2021. Ethereum, as you can see, is basically breaking the resistance just about like a 675 to a 680 range. Okay, our short-term target to the upside was just about like a 718 to 731. So we basically just trading right now at resistance just about like a 718 to a 731 range, right? So we're gonna take a look at Ethereum also, on the macro scale, and what type of structure, if bull is gonna be pushing higher, what type of bull market structure we could be anticipating over the next like a few months, few years, and so on. So once again, the structure we're going to be talking about, it is not a short-term target. It is going to be a macro bull run target, just in case we do not break this key resistance, which was like key resistance at 350 and so on, right? We could be looking for the macro bull picture over the next like a few months, few years, and so on, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin, right? So when you take a look at Bitcoin on the macro scale, we're gonna start off on the 50-day cycle, because this candle we're getting right now, it is very active, right? But it is one of the weakest candle in general, right, for BTC. The last 2 weeks of the year, it tends to be one of the weakest price action candle, for BTC, all right? But this time it is kind of different, right? If we go back in 2017, man, let me change this to yellow. So if we go back in 2017, as soon as we basically pump above roughly around like 20k, close the 50-day cycle, you can clearly see like a excuse me, we did dump right back down. And I showed you multiple times, October 28th, October 27th is one of the most is one of the best time to be buying Bitcoin. Okay, late October, like even next year. Okay, even if Bitcoin is going to be in the bear market, we're not even sure, because right now it is 80%. It has a 80% chance to keep going if we basically keep support area. We're gonna talk about it later on, right? So you can see, like, as soon as we close the candle right here, market did, the last 15 days of 2017, you can see like we started a downtrend. Okay, and right now, right, you take a look at it, the move we're getting is not a downtrend move. It is a very, very strong move. So there is no case of a bear market for Bitcoin right now, looking at the 50-day cycle. And we did talk about it like back in like early October, right, on the macro scale, not the lower degree. Okay, because people get confused with the macro scale and lower degree. Yes, on the lower degree, Bitcoin can drop 16%, 10%, okay, 20% even. But on the macro scale, it might be unaffected. And I said it like on the macro scale when I was like, okay, Bitcoin dropped down 16% on the lower degree when we dropped like from 20k to 19k to like a 16.5 and so on. I was like, when you take a look at the 50-day cycle, sucker is still bullish. Okay, sucker is still bullish. So even though we dropped down to 16k, our next upside potential target going to be 21 to 22 up to 24. We did hit all those targets on the macro scale, on the lower degree. Okay, so macro scale has nothing to do with the lower degree, like a 10%, 15% drop. Even a 20% drop might not affect the macro scale, right, which is like monthly, 50-day cycle, and all of that good stuff. All right, so if you go back in that's on Coinbase. If you take a look at it also, back in 2015, a big 50-day cycle, and you can see like price action the last 2 weeks of the year, right there, December 17, it basically moved sideways for like nearly like 150 days before we started a new trend. But right now, that's not the case. Sucker is very, very engulfing. It's very, very strong. It's very, very decisive. So there is no case right now for a downtrend until basically market structure decides to basically give us a possible downtrend. Okay, so let's take a look at it on. Hey, what's up, Alonzo? Oh, it's right there. It's a COVID season, so we gotta get them sanitizer, right? So so let's take a look at it on base time. Okay, so as I showed you guys, the 50-day cycle is one of the best cycle in BTC, and once again, it is December what? December 27th, right? Best time to be buying BTC. I'm just gonna repeat it. If you basically dollar cost averaging and all of that good stuff. Also, you know, if you dollar cost averaging and it is like, let's say late October, you gotta basically either before the pump you gotta buy the pump, or after the dump you gotta buy the dump. Okay, October basically 28th, starting October 28th on the macro scale, it is one of the best time to buy Bitcoin. One of the best time to sell Bitcoin is like September, okay, like early September and so on, and basically jump back in basically wait for the last cycle of the day. If you go back in 2013, same thing. Okay, the last basically 2 weeks of the year was actually very not happy right there. As you can see, we started a new downtrend, but this time it is different. Okay, can we get sideways correction like the first quarter? That's possible, right? Sideways correction the first quarter of the year, right? Let's say 100 days, 150 days of a very undecided price pattern, and most people are going to be buying the dip. If price dips anywhere around like 18, you know, 19 and so on, because on the macro scale, on the 50-day cycle, closing basis was exactly at 19,000. Okay, and as soon as we close above it, sucker did not give you any chance basically to even like move sideways for more accumulation and all of that good stuff, right? So let's see over the next like 50 days, which is like February 20th. Okay, the next candle gonna close by like February 20th, right? Because the candle gonna start like January 1st. Okay, just about like you know, till February 20th, and then a candle gonna close. Okay, the next candle. So that candle going to give us a possible direction. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised, right, to see a wick down, right, to basically you know, buy the dip. Most people are going to be buying the dip right here, and then sucker could be reversing right back down. Okay, but we will see. Ain't no way of telling like on a macro scale if it is going to drop down, but we do have a pattern that says whenever we start a new year, right, a new cycle on a yearly basis, price loves to basically retrace and retest 50% of what, of the October candle. Remember, best time to buy BTC is like roughly around like October, according to like the previous you know, price action history, right? We do have a pattern. Okay, and I showed you multiple times like price love to retest like 50% of this October candle, just like right here, right there, right here. We got one, right here, right, and right there. Okay, so something to keep in mind over the next like 50 days to 100 days. So if you're day trading, this pattern is not for you. Okay, so if you're waiting for like BTC to drop back down, I mean, it could, okay, but it's not guaranteed like it's gonna come back down here exactly as we're projecting. Okay, so just keep that in mind also. So the next cycle we're gonna take a look at is like the 3-week cycle. I mean, the 3-week cycle going to be like a 7-day cycle, because this cycle just started like the 23rd. Once again, it's gonna open like January 1st also. Okay, so it is going to be like 8-day cycle, something like that, right? So, but in general, like when you take a look at BTC on the macro scale, I said it multiple times, that's how we spotted the top at 14K, right? And actually we did not use the 3-week cycle actually right there, but we use it right there. Okay, right here, and I showed you like how important it is like to pay attention to it. As you can see, back in 2018, it is a very good cycle to pay attention to in case we get a sell-off. It is not as important on a macro scale as the 50-day cycle, but it can give you like some sort of like a top formation, okay, especially in a bear market, right? Especially in a bear market. So it is not like something like we're going to be expecting to check every day, right? Unless like we get a big sell-off and all of that good stuff, we could check it. But as of now, on the 3 weeks chart, it doesn't show any sign of reversal. Okay, it doesn't show any sign of reversal as of now. Can we get one over the next like a few weeks and so on? Yes, but as of now, it doesn't have any it doesn't have any resistance. It can just keep going up and up, right? So we just have to wait over the next like a few months and so on to see what type of cycle we could get from the 3 weeks chart, right? But one thing we're going to be waiting for, once again, just have to repeat it, it is going to be a tweezer top right there. Right here we got one right there, slow down the price, did pump to the upside. We got one right there, right here, and right here. So 1, 2, 3, almost 6 of them, right? The last one basically escaped, and you can see like the move it is getting right now, right? Yes, we're going to talk about the Elliott wave perspective, because once again, I said it like if we're in a bull market, right, which we like almost, we got like almost 80% chance to be in a bull market, right? So the scale I was looking at, like the macro scale I was looking at in term of wave analysis, is like I'm not counting the smaller wave. Okay, I'm just counting the macro wave. I'm not counting like the daily wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just paying attention to the macro scale, which is like 1, right? That's your wave number 2 right here, and then your wave number 3 to the upside, wave 4, and possibly wave 5. Okay, so if we're going to be expecting wave number 3 to be above like at or above like 1.618, remember, it doesn't have to be exact. Okay, it doesn't have to be exact, right? You could be counting as $1.618 extension going to be just about like $40,000 to $50,000. And I said it last time, when most people been expecting 21K to be wave number 3, even though I was a bear, okay, I know how to count Elliott waves, right? But we might not be counting it like the same way. I was like, most of you guys counting this to be 1, 2, and 3, stuff like that. I'm not counting the sub waves, okay? I'm counting the macro wave. You see what I'm saying? The big waves, not like the smaller wave. So you can count 5 wave here, but I don't have time to be counting the smaller wave, because I don't care about the lower degree. Okay, I don't care like if basically drop here, do that, and do this, do that. I'm just counting this being the first impulse wave from like 3 to 14, and we're gonna need a 60% more pump starting from this point to the upside. So 1.618 extension going to be roughly around like a $50,000. Okay, so depending on how you draw it. Okay, if I draw it properly, right here, my swing low going to be roughly around like 3,000, right, give or take, and swing high going to be like 13,888, right? And then you can see like 1.618, it is right there. It doesn't matter how you do it, you're still going to be above 40,000. You're still going to be above 40,000. So that's a it is a valid count, right? So, and it invalidated the WXY correction. That's why I was saying BTC could right here, if we invalidate the WXY correction right here, this sucker could be giving us another move to the upside. We did talk about it, and this move is valid and that move is invalid, right, for now. bring the fear. I mean, BTC doesn't care about fear. It doesn't care about fear. So I think, like, you know, and that's only like wave number 3. Okay, that's only wave number 3. But if we're gonna expect, like, let's say after we complete wave number 3 up to like 50K, right? No time frame, okay? Just you know, macro scale. Somewhere around here, right? Give or take, right? And we could expect like a, you know, roughly around like a 20 to 30% drop. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Who knows, right? And the next wave to the upside, we could be anticipating a possible you know, 120 extension of the initial wave. On a linear scale, it looks pretty pretty funny. Okay, so 120 extension of the initial wave 1, which is right here, swing high, right? Swing low, we could be expecting like almost like 130,000. And I said it like, you know, that was like even back in 2019, right? Early 2019 and all of that good stuff, right? Not even like into before we hit like 14K. So if and only if we can hit like 45 to 50K, assuming like we're gonna be in a wave 3, a pullback 30 to, you know, 35%, we could see another basically pump to like 130 to 150. And 130 to 150 on the macro scale, you take a look at the previous bull market. If you take a look at the previous bull market from swing low, right, to swing high, right, to swing low, right here, you can see like we did pump all the way up to we did pump all the way up to where 0.786 extension. Okay, basically pump 80% of the previous you know, extension, the previous move right there. 80% of it we pump above it as soon as we broke the all-time high, right? So if we're going to be expecting the same move, and let's say we're going to be expecting like BTC to pump like 80% of the previous bull market, we could possibly just say, hey, swing high to swing low, right? And you can see, like, I talked about this like 2 years ago, not like today. So you can see, like, you know, we could be looking at like 140, and I just showed you like why 130 to 150 going to be a very, very important key level to watch, not on a daily basis, okay, either on the monthly, at least on the 3 weeks chart, okay, but not like on the daily. You're waiting for like 150, like BTC to hit 150 in like January and all of that good stuff, right? So that's a possibility, okay? That's a possibility. I mean, a big drop on the macro scale, it all depends. What is a big drop to me, right? So can we drop all the way down to like 96? Yes. Okay. Are we going to be able to stay above it and pump right back up? That's a big question. Okay, but the 50-day cycle, it is no joke. Okay, it's not a joke. Okay, so it's not a joke, and I try to basically emphasize it back in earlier October, right? And saying we don't have any resistance, okay, if we close above, you know, 10.5 on the 50-day cycle, closing like October 27, okay. But some people thought like it is too late, okay, like to basically buy some BTC at, you know, 11.5. But sometimes you don't know how high it can go. Like most people think like right now 27 is high, but if this sucker pump like to 150, 27 gonna be very cheap. Okay, it is gonna be very cheap, right? So but let's talk about the bear case, okay? Because we cannot basically just say, hey, we're gonna be pumping you know, the next wave to the upside, third wave could be anywhere around like 40 to 50. But let's take a look at the bear case, which, you know, it has like a, you know, let's say 20 to 25% chance of succeeding, right? The move we could be looking at in a you know, in a bear case is like we could get a big flat correction right there. Okay, that's very possible, but it's not going to be easy, right, to drop back down to this level. Okay, remember, okay, you don't have to, your waves, okay, don't have to be zigzag all the time. You get 5 wave impulse, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Your wave number 4 right here doesn't have to be a zigzag like we're anticipating. So right now we're assuming like the wave right there, that's a zigzag, right, formation, type of formation, right? We got this move to the downside, and then we're pumping to the upside with the next like a wave number 5. However, your wave could also be, instead of being a zigzag like this, it could possibly, okay, I'm not saying it will, but something like to keep in mind just in case, right? It could be something like that. It could like that pump, right? You're assuming like we're in a bull market, it dropped right back down before pumping to the upside. So if that's the case, that's a bear setup. Okay, it is a bear setup, and you cannot ignore it. It is still valid. It is still valid. Okay, but however, if we pump all the way up to like 50,000, that's definitely gonna invalidate this move. It is definitely gonna be invalidating it. But right now, it is not that far away from 20K. You know, so we just have to watch out, right, for it. We got plenty of time. That's a 50-day cycle, and we got a trend line in this range, right? So breaking this trend line, right, just about 15,000, we could start like to speculate about the you know, about the flat correction on the macro scale, right? So something to keep in mind. Yeah, yes, it can, yes, it might not break the low. I see what you're saying. So it can break the top, but doesn't break the low. But I'm just drawing, like, you know, I like to call them all flat, so I won't get to get into details, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a lower degree as far as the weekly. So on the weekly basis, nothing to say, especially on Bitstamp. As I said last Monday, I don't know if you guys remember, we were doing live, like I think Monday or Tuesday, right, when BTC dumped, and I said, like, you know, we don't need to be let's see, let's take a look at it. So we gotta dodge it right there, okay? Right here, okay? You guys remember when BTC was dumping like Monday? What I said, it's a Monday dump, and I showed you guys also in my premium group and also in my public Telegram group, right? And I was like, this candle right here is a bullish candle. Why it is a bullish candle? Because we on an uptrend. You at making a top formation, but you cannot bring any high sell volume, okay? And I was like, that's bullish, okay? But if you're a short-term trader, you're gonna be worried because the very next day, BTC, you know, started to dump, and you're gonna be like, man, what's going on? Man, what's going on, right? So, but it is a bullish pattern. So whenever you see like these low sell volume at the top, you know, I tend to look at it as a bullish pattern, okay? As a bullish pattern. So if I see like a low buying volume at the at support, that's bearish. It is just the opposite, right? It is just the opposite. And a low reversal buy volume like that, it is also, you know, a bearish continuation. It doesn't mean you're going to be in a bear market, but it means like, you know, price action going to be looking for another support. As you can see right here, buy volume was very low. Price, you know, kept making like high highs, right? I mean high lows right there. It basically dipped down to the 211 EMA. Okay, so So let's just keep that in mind. On the daily, we got a bearish sign right here, but I'm not paying attention to the daily yet. So let's take a look at the 7-day chart, right? On the 7-day basis, as we said, as you can see right here, as soon as we close above 19, right, sucker basically is not giving us any sign of reversal. So the 7-day chart, that's what I'm looking for. This candle gonna close like in let's see, it's gonna close on Tuesday. Okay, so we got like roughly 48 hours basically to close this candle, right? So just wait. We need to wait for, you know, for this candle to close. I know the daily is closing like bearish, but it is in a very strong uptrend. So the weekly, right, and 7-day candle are going to give us a better chance, okay, to spot the reversal. The top, I don't care about the top, right? I just care about the reversal, because you cannot spot the top exactly. Okay, most people have been looking for what, 21. Even though I was one of the biggest bear, right? I wasn't bearish when BTC was dropping down to 16K. I was telling you guys, sucker gonna pump, and I was showing you exactly, okay, as we said, okay, the move we anticipated. We're gonna take a look at it on the lower degree later on. But basically, you know, when BTC was dropping right here, we were longing, okay, even though, you know, we were bearish on BTC all along before the 10K break. However, this area 20K, most people don't want to be bullish at 20K. So most people have been saying, oh, we're going to drop down to like a 14 and so on. Bang. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart about to close like in 24 hours. So if like bulls can close this candle bullish, right, anywhere around like above 25.5, which is like halfway of the entire pump, that could potentially mean we could be facing higher prices, right? However, you know, closing below the candle open right here, that's going to show us like, you know, market is getting weaker. Okay, so we will need to wait over the next like 21 hours, right, to see if a sucker can basically close above like a 26, which is still bullish. Okay, the 2-day time frame just open, you know, we just opened a new 2-day candle, still bullish, right? So not a big deal. So just need to break 28.3 right now, which is going to be a temporary resistance right there, 28.3. Okay, 28.3. So let's take a look at the extension we talked about previously when BTC was pumping, right? So when the bulls were pumping like from 10K to basically 20K, we did spotted the flat correction. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're a bull or if you're a bear. It really doesn't matter. This structure is a very bullish pattern, and most people could not spot it. And we said after it dropped, we said it's gonna pump and it's gonna drop right back down. Okay, and once we basically break this key resistance, okay, we're gonna be looking for what, a 1-to-1 extension of the previous move, which is like after we broke above the 21 EMA, just about 10K to the top, right? And another move to the top, right, going to take us right at where, 28 to 30K, right, depending where you put your resistance line at, right? So right now, however, right, if you want to be conservative, in a very conservative way, we could look at it, the bottom to be right here, and we say, hey, we already hit 26, right? And anything above it, it is going to be resistance, which is basically what we said. Okay, 26, 27, and 28 going to be resistance, right? Price action might not break it easily, so we could face another correction in this range and see if possibly BTC is going to be creating a top formation on the lower degree, or, you know, we're going to be basically just keep pumping, correcting, and keep pumping, right? So as of now, we don't know, right? But we will see over the next like a few days. and let the market give us more data, and we can see if price action can break 28K, right, temporarily. But still a big drop. Hey, what's up? Okay. Yes. Hey, Method Man. It could also. I mean, I wouldn't say like I can't trust the market at 100%, right? So I wouldn't say like it cannot make a expanded flat. But just to be conservative, right now talking about like 3K, 4K is not realistic. Okay, so can it do it? Yes, but it has to prove us like it can do it first. We cannot just say, hey, we're gonna be making this expanded flat. Yes, the pattern is there, but it is not realistic. Like when BTC was at, let's say, 3K, you could say, we could make this this zigzag, right? But you can see it's not making a zigzag formation, right? So, but to be realistic right now, we just follow this trend line right there on the macro scale, right, and see over the next like a few months. Okay, it could take like, let's say, a year, even a year, okay, before we even break like below 16K. Okay, so as you can see right now, right here, it took like almost a year to basically drop from that point to that point. Okay, so but if like basically going to be dropping down to 16K in a year, that's going to be a very, very low volatility, right? So that's not good at all. Okay, that's not good at all. So we want the volatility at least, right? So yeah, nothing is saying like we cannot create any of these patterns. Okay, so right now, best thing to do is like just wait for the next like 45 to 50 days and see what the next candle gonna bring, right? So that's the best possible scenario we can anticipate right now. Just wait. Yeah, just have to ride the trend right now. In a bull market, I mean, alt season, we haven't started alt season yet. So, alt season, you can basically 10x your BTC in like, let's say, in a bull market, or even like 20x your BTC, because these alt, they goes up like, some of these alt, right, they go up like, 10x, 20x versus BTC. You see what I'm saying? So, I think like we're still early in the bull market when, you take a look at coins like XRP still at 30 cents, Neo still at 15 cents, Link is still like around like $10-12, Bitcoin Cash still okay, nearly like below like $400. So the bull market going to be here if you just focus on BTC and not basically trying to focus on like strategizing. I think like what we need to do in 2021 is like strategize and accumulate alt, especially like these low alt, still like 90%, 95%, okay, down from all-time high. Okay, even if they're 10x, they're still not in a bull run. Okay, they only in a bull run for those people who just bought the dip, but for people who bought the top, it is still not going to be in a bull run. Like for instance, if you take a look at Neo, so for instance, right now, if you take a look at Neo on the 50-day cycle, you can see like sucker is basically look at this rejection on the 50-day cycle we got right here. Okay, in order to basically be in a bull market, we just have to gonna have to deal with $25-30 and all of that good stuff, right? So, and you take a look at like Neo all-time high was like $200 on Binance. Okay, so right here, right, it is still 92% down, right? So, but this year alone, it pumped nicely. Okay, it did a nice job, right, from like 3.5, and basically pump like what, almost 6-7x, okay, which is basically, you know, almost what BTC did, but BTC just performed better, right? From 4K to a 28, that's also what, 7x, right? So roughly, okay, 8x. So Neo did good. Neo did a good job. It's just like it did it too early, and then now it's dropping. So Alt, they did good from like March to August, right? But BTC just picked up, you know, from like October to December. So Sucker is rejecting. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Jude Moon Boy? Jude is still, if you guys don't know who's Jude, Jude is basically an XRP Moon Boy. He's still waiting for 589. So everybody knows who's Jude is, right? So that's just a lower degree, man. So Sucker is just about 27. Yeah. So another coin we could take a look at is going to be, of course, Ethereum. So if and only if BTC is going to be in a bull market, right, we could expect like Ethereum. We're going to take a look at Ethereum, BTC also, right, to be in a bull run, right? So Ethereum, similarly, if we're going to be expecting a 1.618 extension, we could be looking at a possible swing low to swing high to swing low, right? 1.618 extension going to be just about like 980, right, to like a $1,000, give or take. Okay, this range, that's going to be the next upside potential resistance. And it is not a coincidence, like on the 50-day cycle, the same range, like 930, 950 back in 2017, that's where we got rejected on the closing basis, right? We could not close above it, and as soon as we open the candle, February 20th, you can see like it did dump. And I just mentioned like why February 20th is very important for BTC, because the next 50-day cycle going to close, you know, February 20th, right? Bang. Okay, bang. But that's going to be the next upside potential target for Ether to break. If we break 950, that's it. Okay, just like BTC, it is going to break the all-time high based on 50-day cycle, and that's going to be a very, very strong sign. Okay, that's going to be a very, very strong bullish sign. All right, so just keep that in mind, right? Right, so we got possible 1, 2, 3 right there, and 4 and 5, because on the macro scale, in a bull market doesn't tend to like a drop like you know, the wave going to be very sharp, like, you know, like that. It's not going to give you like some zigzag or expanded flat like that on the macro scale in a bull market. Okay, it might be just 150-day wick to the downside, and sucker gonna keep pumping, right? So, but the bearish sign, if BTC is going to be making a expanded flat, okay, we could see also Ethereum just making this a zigzag, possibly, right? And this move to the downside, that's also possible. The structure is there. It's there. Okay, it's not like you're gonna ignore it and say, hey, we can never drop. Yes, what is the this is a structure. I showed you guys back in January 2020, right? Early January 2020 this year, and I was like, Ether gonna be pumping back up to 300, right? And it could dump right back down, but the move is still expanded. So it is surely, okay, it is getting invalidated right now. However, if BTC gets rejected, this move going to be in play. Okay, I would say like 20 to 30% chance, right? But right now it has a very good chance to retest like a 950 and so on, right? But let's see what the market gonna give us, right? Because nothing is guaranteed. We're gonna even like break, 731. Right there, as you can see, our resistance, right, was just about like a 550, 560 on the 50-day cycle, and it did close above it, retest it, and now on the 50-day cycle, the next one gonna start right there. Okay, hopefully we can close above it, like on this 2-week cycle right here, and start like January 1st above like 550. That's going to be incredible for the bulls. Okay, that's going to be nice. That's going to be nice. All right. And once again, guys, closing above like 950 by February 20th. sucker gonna be having a nice 2021. Okay. We're gonna take a look at XRP. We gotta take a look at the big boys first, and we're gonna jump on XRP and the little boys. Yeah, but once again, guys, just hodl it, man. I think it is the next best thing after BTC. So just hodl it, okay? Macro scale wise, sucker could be pumping to 7 to 10K. So just hodl it. Even if it dips down, it's not gonna dip forever, okay? It's not gonna dip forever. I was, as I said right here, when Ether was like 350, it's gonna dip down. Right here we say it's going to dip down. Okay, however, if we break this key area, which we're expecting a continuation pattern, it is going to be very bullish. Okay, so this move is right now invalidated, so bulls are definitely in control right now. So and the thing is with Ether, you just don't know how high it is going to go, because most people are just expecting like, I'm going to buy Ether $80, right? And I can sell it at 10K, but you don't even know like if 10K is going to be the top, because Ether BTC, right? If take a look at Ether BTC on Poloniex, right? So I don't think like Ether BTC gonna get to all-time high right away. However, if Ether BTC ever go back to ever retest like all-time high, which is like 0.1 BTC, and we're expecting like BTC to hit like 130, 150, right? That's like $13,000 Ether. So you might be thinking like 500, 600 is expensive. However, you just don't know how high you can go versus BTC. That's the thing with Ether, okay? So you're gonna be like, oh, 600 is expensive, okay? 200 is expensive, right? $1,000 is expensive, but sucker could pump even like up to 0.2 BTC. You just don't know, right? So but right now, let's on the 50-day cycle for BTC, we just don't have a good good pattern right now and good indication of a bull market versus BTC. So let's see if Ether can basically retest the trend line. Right now it is just about like 0.618 of the previous move, as we've been anticipating right here. So we've been anticipating a retest of like 0.023 exactly. As you can see, 0.618, it just bounced right back up. And I sent the update last night in our premium and public Telegram group, and I was like, Ether is basically looking to retest 0.023. So, and that's going to be a buy, okay? That's going to be a buy once we hit like 0.023. And it did that exactly. So, however, if we break this key level, that's going to look very bad for Ether, okay, versus BTC, okay? Because next key level going to be just about like 0.0195. And then to the downside, retest the bottom at 0.019, 0.016, okay, right here. But as of now, it is on a downtrend, 0.618. Let's just respect it, right? And this candle is so bearish. It's not even a 50-day candle. It started like December 16. It's only a 10 days candle. That's a 10-day candle, right? And this sucker is like, look at it, man, really bad. Like 30, 25% drop versus BTC, right? And that's what we usually get like in an entire 50-day cycle, right? Like 50-day, but this one in 10 days, right? It dropped like 25%. That's really bad. 10 days, okay? This one we dropped like 50%, right? In 50 days. So at some point it's gonna pick up. I don't think like this candle gonna, next candle gonna be that bearish, okay? But let's see. So yeah, so pay attention to Ether, BTC. If we can break this key level, guys, I think like it is going to be better to be in Ether than even like to be in BTC. If we can break like 0.035, this resistance level, right? Which is also a, take a look at, we also got another trend line right here. And Ether BTC is basically independent of Ether USD, right? Because Ether USD can be going up, but Ether BTC might be going down. You see what I'm saying? Like from like July all the way down to like December, Ether BTC been going down, but Ether USD been going up. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to understand how to basically trade Ether BTC. But if we can see a breakout above this range, right? We could see Ether BTC pumping up to like the next fib level, right? That's 382 right here. 50% pullback, going to be almost like 0.05. Okay, 5% of BTC, right? So regardless of the BTC price, and 0.618 going to be like 6% of BTC, 0.067, right? Roughly, right? Yeah, so that's the key level you want to basically pay attention to. I think like it is better to stay in BTC. I'm not telling you what to do right now, but if you are looking for the macro scale, right, you want to jump in as it drop. However, you just don't know how low it's going to drop. You got a bottom trend line. You're not sure if Ether not going to be breaking like 0.023, right? So but if you break like if you break above 0.035, you got a very good chance to retest like 5% of BTC and even like 6 to 7% of BTC, right? 0.06, 0.065, right? So, and you're looking at it, it's going to be a nice 40% pump up to like 90% pump. So you're doubling your BTC regardless of what BTC is going to be doing. So. Hey, what's up, Mitch? Thanks a lot for tuning in. You meant Neo. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look at King XRP before we go back to BTC. If you guys have any alt you want me to take a look at, you can just put it in the chat room. And by the way, we got a public Telegram group, very active, over 700 traders in the group. If you want to join the public Telegram group, you can, do so. If you want to upgrade, we got a premium upgrade Discord. If you want to upgrade to my premium, you can just, upgrade to the premium also. All right. So we're in a bull market, alt season about to start, right? Not guaranteed in a bull market, but we got 80% chance to be in a bull market. Alt season could be starting very soon, and that's the best time to be making those 10x. Okay, BTC doesn't 10x like in like a 3 month. These alt they 3 to 4 5x like in a on a quarterly basis, right? So but on the other hand, if they drop, the deal. Okay, the deal. They can drop severely to the downside, like 60, 80, 90% before they recover. So just have to keep that in mind. Also, it is a very, very dangerous market. Let's go ahead and move on to King XRP now. So King XRP, as I said previously, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at it on the monthly. So XRP monthly, as I said, right, we got a good news, right? We're closing above previous month low, even though we took out the low right here, right? As I said, it is going to be a good deal if we can close above it. Right now on a monthly basis, it is, I'm not talking about XRP, low suit and all of that good stuff. I don't care. I'm only taking a look at the chart, right? I don't care what the SEC going to be doing. I don't care what Garling House going to be paying and all of that good stuff. All we're doing is just taking a look at the chart. Because when I was saying XRP going to retest 13 cents, all of you guys been looking at me like, oh, that's no way. Okay, when XRP was last year, last October, I said it. Okay, buy the dip. Okay, have some orders ready right here. Don't just wait. Okay, 13 to, and if you wait till market crashes and you try to buy it, you most likely, if you like XRP, you're most likely going to be, you know, if you don't like XRP, even if you like it too, you might be hesitating, right? But you can see, like, and I said it's going to pump back up to 80 cents. I said it right here. Okay, so so I was only one of the few analysts saying like XRP going to pump back to 80 cents, right? So, and after we pump to that level, what we said, we got a very good chance. We got a very good chance to break it. However, okay, it is not guaranteed. Okay, because why? The structure is also calling for what? A drop down to like 0.618 on the macro scale. So you cannot basically discount the possibility of dropping down to the macro scale 0.618 because the structure is there, just like BTC, right? BTC is making a big move, it made a big move, big drop, making a big move. But the big move we're making right here, you just don't know if this is going to be, you know, an expanded flat. You just don't know. So you have to basically keep that in mind, right? So XRP, same thing. That's what we said. Okay, if we get rejected right here, that could look very bad. Okay, that could look very, very, very bad over the next like a few months. And that's a monthly cycle. So I'm not expecting like a drop down here next month. It could take a while. Okay. However, you know, once again, if we break 80 cents, next macro structure to break it is going to be like $2. Okay, just about $2 range. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I said it a long time ago, buy the dip right here. All I'm saying is right now it is at mid-range. I'm not saying to sell your XRP to buy it back cheaper, but if you're looking to buy more, be ready for here. Okay, because the structure is there, and don't discount it. Don't trade based on what I'm saying. I'm just giving you my opinion, right? Market can do whatever it wants, okay? But I'm just saying this is a possibility. If we get there, right? If you took some profit at 80 cents, right? And you're still on the sideline, great, all right? If you want to start like lottery position, like, you know, 16, 18, 10, and 6, just in case we got a bad news and sucker basically dump all the way down there, you're going to pick up some good bags of XRPs, okay? You're going to pick up some good bags, you know. And nothing wrong also to buy above 70 cents, 80 cents, because you're in the bull market. You don't know how high the sucker can go. And I showed you on the bull market, XRP can hit $16. So even if you buy at where? 80 cents after we come from the breakout, what's the deal? Nothing, okay? Nothing. So, but these moves are macro moves, so don't expect them like even like in first quarter of 2021, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? Thanks a lot. Okay, Bitcoin will skyrocket in 2021, Kyle. We will see. We'll see. So let's take a look at XRP on the 7-day chart. On the 7 days, it doesn't look good. We got a big spike in volume. In terms of trend lines, we did respect like support area. We talked about it in my premium, right? When XRP was selling off, and that's why the 7-day chart is so important. You can see like how we got this big rejection candle right here on the 7-day chart, right? And as soon as we open the candle, bang. Okay, so the 7-day chart is very, very important. Okay, it's very, very important. You couldn't see it like on the weekly. On the weekly, you might be still waiting, right? Because weekly was gonna close, right? Weekly close on at 55, right? But take a look at the 7-day chart, right? It closed at 43. As soon as we close this candle, you could have been like, oh, look at it. Okay, but I didn't myself. I missed the 7-day chart on XRP. I was paying attention to the daily and all that good stuff. But that was a good sign, like a sucker could be dumping right back down. Gizmo CAL token. We're going to take a look at it. So let's go ahead and take a look at XRP on the daily. So daily time frame, if you watch my previous update, when XRP was pumping nearly 85%, right? We said this range most likely for the bulls going to be profit taking right here, and it did that exactly. So the range I'm looking at, it could still drop all the way back down, okay, and still give us this move a lower high before, you know, making a bigger divergence. Let's take a look at our MACDs. So MACD on daily, it is still facing down, so no sign of reversal yet on the higher time frame. Lower degree, you could get some spike up and down and all of that good stuff, but you can see like after that big pump, it is still dropping the last 4 days, okay, 3 days, including today, like 4 days including today, right? So and I give you guys an update regarding that move, right? So let's see what type of reversal we're gonna get right here. You can see like very low buy volume of support right here. Sucker just dumped right down. So can you take a look at ONT? Let's go ahead and take a look at Tether. Let's take a look at Tether BTC first. Yeah, sucker is back down at the 8-hour 21 and also 6-hour 21. So MACD is crossing bearish on 6-hour. So would look for a retest of 0.618 to a 6.618 to a 0.786 pullback to see what type of a structure we're gonna get there. Okay, so next resistance just about 0.618, which is roughly around like just about like 60,000. Okay, 60,000 sats, right? Current price just about 54,000 sats. Tether USD. Tether USD looks nice, nothing crazy. So got a resistance right there, which is just about another 11% pump. Right. So, but however, if Tether BTC going to be pumping, let's check Tether BTC again. Tether BTC going to be pumped. Yep, just by 11%. It means like Tether BTC could be pumping 11%, and Tether USD at the same time pump 11%. If BTC doesn't stay, if BTC stays, at the same level, okay, doesn't do anything crazy. So look for a possible retest. Okay, nice support at the 6 hour to 8 hour 21 on an bull market, bull run, big uptrend. 6 hour, it is going to be one of your best friend. Okay, and your MACD, that's all you need. Okay, right now MACD is crossing bearish, but price action as support. So look for price action to try to do this and break the 21 EMA, and MACD is still going to stay negative possibly. Okay, that could be a strong bearish sign. Not a bear market, but a strong pullback to another support. So take a look at CELR. Similarly to Tether, big drop to 6 hour 21, big reversal. That's what we're expecting from Tether. So we know exactly what to expect from CELR, right? Celsius. Another drop right here. Okay, retest the 21 EMA. If it breaks it, 6 hour crossing bearish, you gotta look for your 100 EMA as a support next. Okay, it could try to give you a nice fake out with a nice flat correction, right, with a possible pump to the upside. But sometimes these suckers, when they do this, they just do that. Okay, you might be bullish right here, and then they just wick down to a 0.618 pullback. So keep an eye on your 6 hour 100 EMA for a retest over the next like a few weeks, right, few days. So Litecoin, we hit our target for Litecoin 135. So did not quite hit 140, but it is close enough, right? So as you can see, Litecoin, we did talk about it when Litecoin was right here, right? We've been bullish on Litecoin like when Litecoin was what, 51. That's when we've been bullish on Litecoin. Okay, Litecoin and Sushi at the same time. I remember Sushi was like 53. Litecoin was Sushi was like 53 cents, right? Litecoin was like $52. Okay, that's how I remember, because we basically were trading both of them at the same time, and Sushi pumped all the way up to like a sucker pump all the way up to like $2, right? Over $2. So, and Litecoin pumping like over like 130. So it is at resistance. It is not a good time to be buying. Want to wait for a correction. But yeah, I mean, if you buy in short term, you might wait for a clear breakout. If you are buying for a longer term, like a bull market buying, it is a very good spot to be buying, because you don't know if like we're gonna break like $100 again, right? So, but it all depends if you're a short-term trader. But next target, if we break this 140 to 160 range, 145 to 160, we got target at almost like 224, 227 range. Okay, and another one right here, which is like 186. Okay, we got this range going to be our next trading range. Okay, 180 to $200 Litecoin. Eric. All right, Gizmo. So join the public Telegram group for more analysis or Bitcoin again now. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the likes if you enjoy the content. It is free analysis, so if you find it useful, don't hesitate to hit the likes. So let's take a look at BNB. As we've been saying, like over the past few weeks, we've been bullish on BNB and saying like sucker could basically try to retest like a all-time high. It is attempting to retest all-time high. At the same time, on the 50-day cycle, it did not close above all-time high, right? But that's why I'm saying pay attention to BNB. Sucker could basically do something crazy in 2021. It is not guaranteed it will, but as you can see how we closing, we did not close above all-time high closing basis, right, which is like 31. But this candle right here, once again, it is not a 50 days candle. It is a 2 weeks candle, because you know you got 7 days, not 7 days, but you got 7 50-day cycle in a year and 2 week cycle to close the entire yearly cycle. This is only a 2 week cycle, which is going to close above like resistance, right, which is like $31 on the macro scale. That's a macro resistance, not like those dips you be seeing on the lower degree, right? So if you only pay attention to like the 50-day cycle, you're not going to worry, if price action gets rejected at 35, dips down to 26 and all of that good stuff, right? So closing above 32, 31 could be very bullish, okay? Could be very bullish. And if we're going to expect like the first initial wave, all right, for this is wave 1, let's say that's wave, let's do this, take the waves, that's 1, right, that's 2, and then we're expecting wave number 3, just like BTC, right, 4 and 5, right? We could be expecting BNB, okay, 1.618 extension going to be at 240 to 250, okay, 240 to 250. That's nearly like 8x, okay, like 8x in 2020, and not in 2021, but if we're going to be in a bull market, it could be like within the next 2 to 3 years, right? But okay, we have to basically close on the 50-day cycle, close above all-time high, not 2 week cycle, okay, not 2 week cycle, not 2 week cycle, but 50-day cycle. If we can close above like $30 by February 20th, sucker could be in a bull market. That's it. And that's only like wave 3. We're not even talking about like wave 1 right, I mean wave 5, which is like 1-to-1 extension of wave 1. So I'm very bullish on BNB on the macro scale. I don't care about BTC, right? But I mean, I do care about BTC, but you know what I mean, right? Let's see if this sucker gonna do this. Extension 2. So extension 2 almost going to be like $500, okay? 1-to-1 extension going to be $61. Extension 2, which is going to be $500 to $600 BNB, within the next like few months, few years, whatever, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this could only be, okay, wave number 3 also by itself. What I mean by wave number 3 is like we also got the macro wave right there. The 1, 2, that's 3, right? we could get this wave number 4 within the next the next bear market, right? And then we could get wave number 5 afterward. Do you see what I'm saying? Does it make sense? Okay. You got your wave number 1 on the macro scale, first bull market, first bear market. Okay, you got your second bull market, second bear market, right? And you get this next bull market up to wave number 5, right? So if you think like you missed BTC bull market, I don't think you missed anything. I don't think like we missed anything. Okay, it hasn't even started yet. Okay, so I'm very bullish on BNB on the that's my personal opinion, guys. Don't go ahead and buy BNB because I'm bullish on it or I'm bearish on it. You sell it because I'm bearish. This is macro scale. It is not something like you're expecting next week. BNB can dump down to 26 next week, but on the macro scale it doesn't change the macro picture. Okay, we're only going to invalidate the move if and only if, okay, sucker gonna be breaking below like $4, $5 range. Okay, and we're gonna be saying sucker could be dropping all the way down, right? Or even below like $12. Okay, we could be looking for lower numbers to drop all the way down to like $5. But as of now, the trend is your friend. Okay, the trend is your friend. So keep an eye on BNB. I'm very, very bullish on it. So let's take a look at Bitcoin again. I will make a special video regarding BNB, Tezos, EOS, and XRP macro scale. They all look the same. They all got the same structure. So as you can see, same structure. As you can see how BTC basically broke the 50-day cycle, right? As I showed you with BNB. BNB is just about right here. Okay, just about right here. So if BNB can break above the resistance, right, sucker could be pumping the next like 150 to 200 days, right, all the way up to a new all-time high. I mean, all-time high is $50 roughly, but yeah. We did talk about the 50-day cycle of back in October, and I was trying to give you guys a warning because if you are expecting a lower prices, you might basically suck it up. Okay, and it's been pumping like for over 110 days. It's been pumping. Okay, actually not 110 days because we got just about 65 days, right? It's been pumping. Well, if sucker closes below 20K before end of the year, that's gonna be really bad. That's gonna be really bad for the bulls. So let's hope not. We're gonna close below 20K before end of the year. Because we could get another dodgy right here. And if it is red, as I said back in 2019 at 14K, I was like, if we close a weekly candle like that, you remember back in June, right? June 2019, right? BTC closed, like the monthly was closing on Sunday, right? So the weekly was also closing on Sunday, so it was kind of very interesting, right? So we take a look at it on the weekly time frame, right? This candle right here, right, was closing on like June 30th, right? June, like the last day of the year. The candle was closing, and the last day of the weekly candle also. So that was kind of interesting. Same thing on the 50-day cycle right here. We don't want to basically close the candle like this. Okay, that could be a potential reversal pattern. Not, it doesn't mean it is a top. It is just a potential reversal setup. Remember, you don't remember, like, it is not easy to spot that exact price tag at the top, right? But you can spot like reversal. What's the difference between reversal and top? The difference between reversal and top is like the top is the last price, the reversal is like lower highs. Okay, so if we get, you know, a big candle like that, we want to wait for price action to pull back up to 50%, 60%, or even 77.786, and we're going to be like, okay, we're not breaking it, so this area could be the top. But you just don't jump in and say, hey, 28 is the top and I called it. I mean, I don't do that. Okay, yes, you're going to call the reversal, but you did not call the top. You can say, okay, 28K was the top. Okay, we did recognize it early after the 0.618 pullback. We said, hey, that could potentially get, you know, 80% chance it is the top, and then you're going to be looking for the next move to the downside, right? But in order to confirm it, once again, we're going to need that, you know, this type of a pattern, right? We don't have to get it, but if we get it, we know what to look for. Okay, next, what to look for next, kind of like on the daily, right? We got one on the daily. As you can see, you got a reversal candle, right? You know, price action going to reverse 50% to 0.618, which is what I just described, right? But it is not the top yet. Could potentially be one, but it is not confirmed yet. So you can see, like, we just pump back up to 0.618, exactly right here. We can still pump back up to 0.786 as long as we do not, as long as we don't break a, you know, 28.4. We could start to assume, like, you know, we're going to be reversing. Okay, if we break this key area, we're going to be like, okay, the top could be in right for now. Okay, until we, you know, drop severely, and then we're going to be like, that's it, sucker going to be reversing. XRP WTF, Steve. I mean, we already hit our target. There's about 28,000 in our premium group, right? When BTC was at, we already had a target for BTC when BTC was at where? BTC was right there, okay? 24, right here. The initial drop, okay? That's what we said. We're gonna drop down, right, to the 6 hour to 8 hour 21 EMA, right? And we're gonna pump back up. You can either buy the top right here, but it is going to be dangerous, okay, to buy it right there. So just be cautious. But as soon as we break above the key area, right, we're going to be going long, because we know exactly what's going on. We've been basically watching the price action and understand exactly what's going on. That's why we did not buy right here, because if you bought the first time at 24, yes, you're right, it's going to dip and you're going to panic. Okay, so we did not basically try to buy it here. We started, you know, buying right here, and I said, okay, we can definitely take profits right there, because price action can dip down, or basically put a stop loss below, you know, the key range right there, and you're gonna be looking for $28,000, you know, up to, you know, 26.5 to 28. We hit both targets, okay, 26.5, right, and 28. So, but right now we got a rejection, right? So best thing to do, if you're still in a trade, just put your stop loss, right, and wait for price action to move sideways over the next like a few hours and so on, right? You got a big candle right here, but low volume. That's not good at all short term, right? It means we could still be dropping right back down and retest like the previous resistance right there. Okay, so which is like 24.1. So BTC dropping down to 24.1 temporarily, it is not a bearish sign. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a short update regarding what I'm gonna be looking for, right? But right now, if you're in a trade, best thing to do, put a stop loss and wait, because market is still trending up. Okay, it's not gonna be going up forever. It has to correct. It has to correct if we're gonna be getting another move to the upside. This guy say, please buy XRP. I want to release my bags and pass it on to the next sucker. I mean, XRP gonna pump, man. Don't worry. So the most important thing to keep an eye on is, like, guys, I talk about BTC dominance to potentially pump above, 80%. I said it last year, okay? And I think it was like this year. And I explained to you guys it is very, very important to understand Elliott wave. Why it is so important to understand Elliott wave is like it gives you the chance to be wrong and right at the same time. So let's see. So if you take a look at Bitcoin dominance, right? I said it last year. This year, I mean last year actually. I think like early this year or last year. I can't remember, right? But I was saying like a 5-wave move. It is always an impulse move, right? It is always an impulse move. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we could say, hey, BTC, right, got a 5-wave move, but after a 5-wave move, what do you expect? You expect what? A correction. You expect a correction. So what did we see in this range is like we got a zigzag type of correction, right? But after a correction, what do you expect? What do you expect after a correction? I'm gonna let you answer that. You're gonna get another impulse. Okay, we could potentially see another impulse move on the BTC dominance. And the structure, it could be potentially, right, a 5-3-5 formation, which is a zigzag. It is there. I'm not saying it's going to happen, right? But all I'm saying is you just have to call it as it is, right? We got 5, 3, 5. That's like BTC dominance going all the way up to like 80% or higher potentially, right? Not guaranteed, but do not basically say it won't, because it is something like we talked about a long time ago. That's what I'm saying. My macro analysis, if you're basically going to judge me based on like my macro analysis on the short term, you're most likely going to be saying, oh, it's not going to happen, right? But we did talk about it. But that's another possible scenario we could anticipate also is like this move could potentially, all right, be also a WXY correction, because on the weekly we're only making a 3-wave move, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we also could get this zigzag. Do you see what I'm saying? Where we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 3-wave move, and then we get 5-wave move down. This is going to be amazing for the alt, right? It's going to be amazing, right? So keep that in mind, right? So, but the primary count right now, right, it's not going to be easy because Bitcoin, dominance doesn't move like alt, right? So it's going to take years for Bitcoin to, as you can see, it took like what, entire year, right, to pump like this move. It could take another basically 12 to 19 months to do that, right? So, but once again, you got 5-3-5 to the upside potentially. However, you could also get a 535 to the downside. 1 2 3 4 5, and a potential 1 2 3 4 5. And this is going to be our zigzag formation in between, right? And after that, we could anticipate the initial 535 to be in play. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So instead of the initial 5 wave to the upside we're anticipating right now, we might not get it right now. We could just get a big correction right here in a 535 before getting the 5 wave move to the upside. This means right, the next, if alt pump, right, and Bitcoin drop all the way down to like 50% to 0.618, we're going to expect like the, somewhere around here, it is going to be bear market for alt, and Bitcoin going to be pumping again all the way up to like 90%. That's also possible. But the directional move, really, it is calling for 80 to 90% pump for BTC over the next like a few years, right? Unless we break this key level of 35%, and we're going to invalidate the possibility of BTC pumping like over 80%, right? But let's see, okay? If we see a big drop on BTC, we could start like to assume we're going to be making this move down. That's going to be fantastabulous, right? And also at the same time, we could get a nice, head and shoulder pattern formation. Most people are going to spot it, right? You're going to get this head and shoulder pattern formation right here, and everybody going to be buying alt. Okay, it is there. Okay, it is there, but I'm not sure which one will play out. So we just have to watch it carefully over the next like a few months, see which one going to be playing out. You see what I'm saying, right? Pumping on a 10-second chart. It's pumping on a 1-second chart. Yeah, so yeah, if you notice well, the Bitcoin dominance turning point sometimes is like September, right? And what, March, April, is like the most accurate turning point for Bitcoin. Is like Bitcoin dominance actually is like September right here, right? You got one right there, which was like what, April, and you got another one right there, which was like April also, right? And one right here, which was September. You can see like the Bitcoin dominance turning point, April, September, April, September. What happened right here, right there, was also September, right? Was also September. Take a look at what happened right there, was April. So you can see like every April and September over the last 2 years, right? We can see like a turning point. April, September, April, September, April, September. Right, so but this time going to be bad if April going to be a a pumping point. It's going to be really bad for alt, which basically going to justify our 535 move to the upside. So guys, hit the likes if you enjoy the content, right? You can see like we broke resistance, right? And we could basically retest it right here. You're welcome, MJ. So if you enjoy the content, guys, don't forget to hit the likes. We got 51 watching. We should be getting like over 50 likes. All right, so, and if you haven't joined our public Telegram group, you know, if you feel free to join. You know, our public Telegram group, pretty active, over 700 traders. We got some good traders, very active. Most people call the Bitcoin 28K targets. So, you know, most people are still bullish on Ethereum, looking for 840, 900. So pretty active, right? And we got some lot of XRP haters too, so in there. So if you're an XRP fan, be ready to come up with some good argument. Otherwise, you're gonna get bashed, right? So, but we got Giovanni. Giovanni is pretty pretty convincing. We're gonna pump XRP to 589, just like Jude Moonboy. Who's Anut? N-A-N-U-N-U-N-Up. I don't know who's N-Up is. Hey, Malinda Sanjaka. Make sure to hit the likes. I'm not saying it is not a good time to be buying BTC. I'm saying, like, regarding the Bitcoin dominance, right? I showed you multiple setups, right? And you know, we just don't know which one going to play out. We just have to wait and see what the market gonna give us, right? And if market initiates, right now market is initiating an impulse wave, right? It is initiating an impulse wave right there. So if it keeps going, we know what we're gonna be looking for. We're gonna be looking for, you know, somewhere like, you know, 50% of the previous extension right here, because that's a correction. I don't expect like 1-to-1 extension, right? 50% correction, I mean 50% extension, or even 0.618, going to be almost like 90% BTC. If like we're gonna get like 60% of the previous move, and 50% of the previous move gonna take us right at like 80%. So when I was calling last year, if you guys remember back in 2019, most people weren't paying attention to the BTC dominance. But I said BTC dominance is gonna hit 72. I said it when BTC was at like 53. I said we're gonna hit 72. Okay. And if you take a look at it, we did pull back right where? Roughly around like 382. We didn't quite hit 382 right there, but close enough. Okay, you could say like 236 to 382, and right now it is double tapping at, you know, 72. If we break it, we're going to be looking for 82%, not 73, not 74, but potentially, you know, 82%. All right, that's a macro call. That's not like a, you know, we're going to hit like 82%. I don't even think we're going to hit it next month, or even like by, you know, before end of the first quarter. It could take like you know 3 to 4 months to get to that area. So let's try to stay focused, right? If BTC breaks like 72, you know, we could potentially see Bitcoin high prices over the next like Bitcoin dominance going high over the next like a few months. So swing high to swing low at the same time. You can take a look at it. 0.786 is at where? 80%. 0.888 going to be 88%. Okay. So, and if we go back in 2017, you can see like Bitcoin dominance, 80% was a big resistance right there. May. And that's when alt started to pump very, very hard, right? Ethereum, you know, Stratus, Litecoin, and all of them, they started pumping Neo, right? Right there. So it is not time to be out of Bitcoin yet. Not yet. It's time to stay in Bitcoin, at least, you know, till we get confirmation we're not going to break 72. But once again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just, you know, we're just discussing what we could potentially get over the next few months. So I'm not telling you to sell your Bitcoin or to buy alt, whatever. Okay. If you want to basically join our public Telegram group, we can discuss much more details. Or if you want to basically upgrade to our premium, you can look at you know, our alt setups and all of that good stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to basically scare you or anything. I'm just showing you. I showed you the bullish setup and the bearish setup. Okay, so it is up to you to make your own personal decision, right? Anup crypto. I don't know who's Anup. I would look it up. I would look him up. You're welcome, Malinda. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is it's crazy, man. Last time we see a big run up like that was like back in April 1st. You know, when we pumped from 4K. You know, sucker been pumping, dumping, whatever. Now it is starting a new wave, and if you take a look at the wave we got back in it is so amazing. If you take a look at the wave we got back in right there, May, right? That's the same exact structure we also got right here. And take a look at what type of pump we got. Okay, pump all the way up to 72 from like 58, right? From like roughly like 57, right? 58. Even a 1-to-1 extension of the same move, right? Right here to right there, gonna take us roughly around like 77%. Okay, 77%. So I mean Ethereum could pump with BTC, but the, you know, the smaller cap alt, they could be on standby. That's why I'm saying, like, when alt dump like 72% below this, you know, March supports, they might be a buy, because by that time BTC might be at 78 to 80%, and we could see like something like this, another channel to the downside, you know, potentially, you know, from this range of 79 to 80% pull rejection, and we could see another nice dump down. Okay, by that time alt's still going to be pumping in dollar value. They're just not going to be, you know, pumping in BTC value, right? So the difference between BTC value and the dollar value is very, very important. That's why I keep saying on XRP gonna hit 1,000 sats. When I was saying it, XRP was like 3,000 sats, right? So almost 35, right? 100. But people couldn't basically grasp the bigger picture, because, you know, they tend to look at the shorter term time frame. When the shorter term time frame got so much noise, and you might be not, you know, you might not be suitable enough to you know, digest the volatility. But to cut it short, right, BTC is on hold, okay, versus alt. I don't know about the versus the dollar, because we haven't basically discovered the top. Remember, the BTC dominance, right, is sometimes independent of the BTC USD value. You see what I'm saying? It can pump when BTC goes down, it can pump when BTC goes up. You see what I'm saying? So for instance, if BTC going to be dumping down to like 15K, BTC dominance is going to skyrocket. Okay, it's going to pump. If BTC going to be pumping to 50K, it is also possibly going to be going up. So you cannot just basically base your BTC, whether you want to hold BTC based on US dollar, you want to hold it based on your BTC dominance. You see what I'm saying? So this is basically just based on alt and BTC. Either you want to hold BTC regardless of the price, or you want to, you know, get into alt regardless of the BTC price. That's what you get from this chart. Not like if BTC gonna go up or BTC gonna go down, because this sucker right here doesn't care about the BTC price. It's just giving you like the ratio between alt and BTC. That's all you get right here. What's up, Clay? I don't know anything about 1 inch. I never heard of it. I just saw it on the Binance Futures, so I will look it up. It's just another pump and dump probably, I don't know, but best thing to do, just be cautious. Most of these alt, when they just come out, they're gonna pump a lot. If you don't have a strategy to sell, they're gonna dump later on 90% or even 95%, and you're gonna be holding the bags, right? So to me right now, BTC looking very strong. Just try to huddle some BTC, be like 70% in BTC, right? Or even higher, 65 to 75% in BTC, and just have a 15 to 20% in alt, and wait. Because alt pumping, they don't pump forever, they just pump like for a very short period of time. And if you cannot spot the top, you might not spot the the reversal. Okay. Tyler, hey, what's up, T-Dog? Yeah, I mean, yes, whenever, it's always good to buy when they dump, because they don't dump forever, as they don't pump forever neither, right? So guys, don't forget to hit the likes. Forget to join our public Telegram group. We got 41 watching. Let's try to get it over 50 likes. So some of you guys haven't hit the like yet. So make sure to go ahead and do it. Do it now before I dump BTC. Do it now. I'm just joking. I can dump BTC. I mean, do it now before I dump XRP. So you want to take a look at a 1 inch. 1 inch, not 1 minute. Let's check it on BTC. Sucker. Look at this sucker, man. You can't buy this, man. You cannot buy this. You cannot. Can it pump? Yes. Can it dump? Absolutely. Also, just give it like 3 to 4 months, okay, to see what is it gonna do. Right now, buying it, I'm not saying it cannot pump. It can pump, but at the same time, guys, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you with a single weekly chart. Okay. On as you can see, sucker just pumped, and now it is in a bear market, so it can try to give you another 50% pullback to a 0.618 pullback on the hourly. So if you're bullish on it, great. However, it doesn't have any data, right? So I would look at this sucker, right? This sucker is in a continuous bear market. It's already 67% down. Wait for 72% dump. Most of the time, you can get like a some sort of reaction if you want to short-term trade it. Just about like 83, and then if like we break 72%, just have to suck it up and wait for 90%. That's it. But right now, I can't do any charting with this sucker just doing this, right? No history. Hey, what's up, Carla Green? It's called a green calling for inch. So guys, let's take a look at ADA, man. ADA, I'm liking the 1 hour chart right now. If it can break this trend line, we broke the trend line, a nice bull flag right here. If we break out, you know, we could look for the retest of the top, which is right here. Okay, take a look at our EMAs. Check our EMA this time. Okay, we got the 50, we got the 100, just about 600, right? Not that far away. And let's take a look at the 6 hour. So 6 hour, nice reversal. Nice reversal, guys. That's the second reversal after the divergence. As you can see, you don't have to take a look at your MACD. This type of a move, you know, 90% out of time it is a divergence. You just don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it is a divergence, right? Let's take a look at it. Yep, we got a divergence right there. Okay, so what are we waiting for? Big reversal, big reversal. We got a big top right there. So we could get this move back up before we're doing this. At least try to retest the trend line with a possible wedge pattern, right? Just like the dollar. Okay, we could get, you know, a wedge pattern from ADA right here. But we will see if that wedge pattern going to be a reversal pattern or if it's just going to break to the downside, because you can't tell until you get the confirmation, right? So let's see. Okay, so let's move on to Algo BTC, also giving us a, you know, trend line support right here, but no confirmation on the 6 hour. MACD still giving us some triple, quadruple lower lows right here. We back to support. Market is respecting it. So resistance just about like a 1460. Can it break it? We will see. Okay, we got a wedge pattern right here. So keep an eye on Algo over the next like a few going in 2021. Okay, you remember Algo, we had a nice pump on Algo, remember, back in August, the Algo pump right here. We did call it, right? So if you caught it right here early August, we said buy Algo right there, 2500, because target was where, you know, 6,000, guys, 6,000. We hit target on the dot, and you can see the type of structure I just keep, you know, telling you, right? It is one of the most powerful pattern. If you trade alt, you don't have to buy the pump, wait for the correction. Alt love to give you a flat correction, and we bought it right here, you know, mid-August. I wasn't even paying attention to Algo USD at that time, right? I wasn't even paying attention to Algo USD, but you can see like Algo BTC was confirming the pump, right? So, and that's the same structure we just got from BTC, you know, at 20K. When market was calling for 14K retest, 16K, and all of that good stuff, what we said, we're gonna pump, and we're gonna dump right here, and we're gonna pump. Sucker gonna pump. Okay. So it seems like we could potentially get a wedge pattern from Algo. So let's see over the next like a few weeks if Algo can basically break out of this wedge pattern, and we could basically pick it up. RSR So RSR, bad pattern. Okay, the pattern doesn't look good at all, man. So as I just showed you on algo, we got right here, right there, that's a flat correction. Instead of retesting the bottom and holding, it is breaking it. So I would basically stay away from it for now. You know, it is breaking support. It can give you like some, you know, 5, 10, 15% pump and dump, but the trend is it is going to still be downward, right? Potential target to look for to the downside. Okay, you got almost 1.27 to 1.41. It is just about like 53 to 41. Next correction range. Okay, it is just about now 66. So another potential 30% drop. Okay, so if we do not find any support right here, it's going to drop lower. Okay, it's going to drop another potentially 36%, which is going to make it like 72% drop from a support area. So these are big targets to look for. These are not like short-term targets like next week and so on, right? So it is not a day trading target, right? Hey, what's up, More Pie in the house? 314. EOS BTC, I love EOS BTC because I was telling you guys how EOS could be retesting the lows, right? As you can see, you know, most people don't basically pay attention to the macro scale. It is so amazing. Okay, I was waiting for this one. EOS is back to like 2017, October 2017 pump, right back down. Okay, so just like KuCoin share. KuCoin share is also back to all-time low. So look at KuCoin share, right? Back to all-time low right there. Is it gonna break it? It looks like it's breaking it. Okay. So if it breaks it, 30% drop. Below it, 36, you start accumulating it. Okay, because you're gonna get some noise right below it. It can still drop down to like 45 to 50%, but you know, 36 to 46, start accumulating it, right? If you believe in it, I mean, if you trade in it, right? I don't care if you believe in it or not. Just saying, bulls could show up all the way down to 72% dump below the support area, which is like 700. So keep an eye on KuCoin share, EOS over the next like a few yes, EOS is not, I mean, it's not time to be, I mean, bulls, not sure if bulls gonna show up because most alt they breaking they all-time lows. Like ADA did break all-time low, right? Check ADA. ADA did break all-time low. Hold on 1 second, guys. You take a look at ADA, right? When ADA retested like December 17 lows, right? It dropped what? Nearly what? 46% before we move sideways. And I was saying like, you know, accumulate 88 for 80 last year. I was saying it. And we're going to be selling like around like 1200. We did pump all the way up to 1500. And I was saying it right there back in December, October, December. I was saying buy this sucker, buy this sucker, buy the sucker. But most people waited till sucker basically started pumping above like 1100 sats. They start buying it. So I got a longer term target for ADA right here. I already sent it in my premium group, right? That's the channel I'm looking at right now. So next target for ADA, it is potentially like sucker could drop, man. Sucker could drop all the way down to like 145 sats, man. Like, whoa, that's amazing. But I'm not saying it will, but keep an eye on it. The trend line is right there, right? Let's draw it properly, because it's supposed to be like this, right? All right. So for now, it could drop another 50%. Let's say 250, not 145, but 250 potentially, if you're going to be following the trend line right here. So that's not the best time to be holding ADA right now, really. MACD not looking so good, right? It's very strong downtrend, pointing to the downside. Okay, so I think, like, you know, once again, I'm not creating fear. All I'm saying is be cautious, because when ADA was right there, I was saying buy it. I never say buy ADA right here. I was like, we could potentially get a support right around like 850, right? We did get a support right there, but you can see like we did broke the support area at 850. So nothing else to do. We got a correction right here, breaking support after the correction. What else you want? Okay, what else you want if you're a bull? So we're still in a bear market. It's just like BC pumping, but alt is still in a bear market. And it doesn't take much energy basically to drop down to this area if BC going to be pulling back down to, like, the weekly 21 EMA. It doesn't take you don't need too much math to know, like, alt are going to be dumping, right? So if BC decides to retest weekly 21 EMA, I mean, I don't short like the BTC pair for some reason. Never short the BTC pair, but that's a good idea too. But these suckers, man, they can pump like crazy, so be cautious when you short them on the BTC pair. So Link BTC is in a strong bear market. So if you take a look at Link BTC, first support area was like 64 to 72. We did get a support at 64 to 72 right here, but you can see, like, on the weekly basis, we just hit like weekly 100 EMA, just about like 50% pullback, which is quite good right now. I mean, it's not good like it's dropping like this, but temporarily it is a good sign. Okay, and most of the time you're gonna get like some nice reaction at 50% pullback to potentially like 382 pullback, right, before dropping down to 0.618 right here, which is like 20,000. Okay, I'm not sure if we're gonna break like 50% pullback versus BTC, right? But if we do, you could be looking for 22,000 to 20,000 as 0.618. Okay, right now the trend is very strong, so it is in a very strong bear market. Link was pumping nicely, in a nice bull market trend, and I said I got a pattern just like this. I call it DeFi. That's the name of the pattern, because alt they like to pump like this, right? And the 21 EMA gonna be hugging your trend line as the price is basically touching the trend line, right? So once you get like price action breaking the trend line, and at the same time your EMA breaking the trend line, right, that's going to be a bear market, right? Not a bear market, but a confirmation of a downtrend. So the good news is, like, the 21 EMA on a weekly basis still not breaking the trend line right here. Let's take a look at on the 3-day basis. Yes, on the 3-day basis, it is already breaking it. Okay, the 3-day basis, we're breaking the trend line right here, and we're getting a death cross on the 3-day basis. So look for a rejection at the 21 EMA, just about like 68,000 right now, but it's going to be moving slow, right? So that rejection could potentially come from like the a continuation pattern, just like if you go take a look at a Ether BTC. If you take a look at Ether BTC, we did project it when Ether was right here, right here. Okay, Ether was right there. We said Ether gonna drop down here, right, and it's gonna do this and it's gonna do that, right? But that's the same exact thing. We got the move just overextended to a 50% pullback, but it's the same direction. Okay, as you can see, Ether just hit like 0.023, and we talked about this like back in October 30th, over like almost 50 days. That's when we said sucker gonna be dropping down here, when sucker was like right here. Okay, right there. Okay, so nice reversal candle. So Ether BTC temporarily bullishness. What to look for? Once again, it is going to be a possible divergence right here, and we're going to get this big move to the upside. This move might not be a bear bull market move. It is just going to be a correctional move, right? A correction, right? Potentially, like we could get this move just like BTC pump, 40% pump. You remember? Let me show you the BTC 40% pump. Okay, the BTC 40% pump, just like that. Okay, you can see the move we got right here. We drop right here and then do something like that. I just showed you guys in my premium group, right? And I was like, okay, Ether 50% 0.618 pullback, gonna reverse quickly, gonna drop back down, and it's gonna pump right back up. So Ether is very bullish because we're expecting like 950 Ether. So Ether BTC could do some damage, right? So over the next few weeks. So keep an eye on Ether. Keep an eye on Ether. Keep an eye on Ether. So let's go back to Chainlink. So if you take a look at Link USD, is in a macro parallel channel. Is in a macro parallel channel. Beautiful flat correction right here. Dump. This flat correction is very, very common in crypto. This flat correction right here is it is a very, very common correction in crypto. This move right here, it is very common. Okay, and don't tell me I did not tell you back then, back in February, when Link was like 450. I was like, we're gonna drop down to $2, 150 right there. We did call it, right? Yes, we did say right here it's gonna retest it, but sucker just pump, right? So we missed this, not missed it, but we did not anticipate this move to the upside, right? It doesn't mean you cannot buy it. It only means like we were anticipating a move. It breaks out, you just have to buy the breakout if you're bullish, right? But as of now, we broke this bear flag. That's the only thing we can call it. 3-day 100 EMA is holding very strong, so have to stay above it. Otherwise, next support right here, okay, just about like $5. Okay, if we do not get a support at the 3-day 100 EMA at A2, so we cannot break A2. If we break it, we know what to look for. Upside potential, still the next trend line around like $40. Yeah, that's Link, man. You can either buy the dip right here or buy the breakout to $40, right? Either way you look at it, it is a pretty juicy move. Only the time frame could play a major downside. Like what I mean about the time frame, like we know Link going to be pumping at some point, but it could dump also to give us another opportunity to buy the dip, right? So So as you can see, nobody's talking about link right now. Market only goes with the flow. Okay, when link was pumping right here, everybody started talking about link. Nowadays, nobody's talking about link because it's just moving sideways. Okay, if it dumps, they're not even going to talk about it. But as soon as we double bottom here, they're going to be like, oh, link is going to the moon. However, if we get a breakout right here and break like $16, everybody going to be saying link like to $1,000, right? So just keep that in mind. I'm just trying to give it to you as it is. I'm not trying to tell you what you want to hear. If I see a bearish setup, I'm just going to call it. It's bearish. If I see a bullish setup, I'm bullish. Another bearish sign for link is like the 3-day MACD is crossing down. So if you're very bullish, right, you might want to be cautious. If you're accumulating, that's a good time to be accumulating right now, because it is going to give you time to buy the dip every dip until you get another bullish crossover, and then you're going to like, I suck it up now and I'm going to ramp up the buying, right? So that's what I see for link. The chart looks pretty nice. We did well. Link right here, we said back in October, we said sell link, right, and buy right there at the double bottom, right around like $2. Right here, we did say sell it also and buy again right here. Okay, so we've been pretty accurate with link over the last few months. Right, so but right now I'm saying huddle your link, right? I'm not saying to sell, but if it dips right here, it is another great buying opportunity, because it's not a lot. Okay, I mean, it's a 50% drop, but the potential to the upside going to be another like 10x move. So you know, you rather wish like link drop right now so you can buy more, so you can catch the next wave up. Because it is pretty clear this could be just a correction, and this could come very, very fast, right? So but good luck, okay, however you want to play it. So let's go ahead and take a look at NEO on the macro scale. NEO on the macro scale, it looks like the pattern we've been looking for Ethereum to play, right? That's what NEO is doing. You remember back in January I mean January 2020, right? We said Ethereum going to do something like that, right? And it's going to drop lower, right? But since Ethereum failed to drop lower, I don't see why NEO going to basically succeed on dropping lower. You see what I'm saying? Breaking this key area. It could just, if you know the correction we're making right now going to be overextended to the downside, we could potentially retrace down to like 0.618 temporarily. Okay, that's a bearish setup. However, okay, remember Ethereum did not break the low right here, right? Since like NEO broke the low, we cannot use this one as a wave one on the bullish side, right? I would love to say like this is wave 1, 2, right? If we did not break this key area, and we're going to be looking for wave number 3, 1.618 extension of wave 1 to the upside, which could be somewhere around like $90. Let's double check, so we won't be guessing. Actually $40. So $40 right there, all right? 3 and 4, 5 right there. That, you know, that would, it would have been nice, right? However, we cannot do that, right? Since like we broke wave number 1 territory support right here, origin, not support but origin, right? So we could just say this is wave number 1, right? And we're going to be looking for wave number 2 support bottom, because we don't know where the bottom going to be at, right? So, and then we're going to be looking for wave number 3, 4, and 5. Right? And that could potentially give us a nice move to the upside, right? Assuming like wave number 2 going to be at 50% to 0.618. Let's just say 0.618, right? So let's assume like sucker gonna be at 0.618 right there, which is like $9. Okay, not that far away. It doesn't have to get there, but we just, you know, for the sake of simplicity, just gonna look for 50% pullback. Let's say 50% pullback, $9. And 1.618 extension going to be up to like 188. Right, so either way you look at it, NEO right here, excuse me, like $80, right? So either way you look at it, NEO got a great potential to the upside if like market going to be in a bull market, right? So lower degree, it is at 382 right now. As you can see, we just hit 382. So if we break 382 at $12, 12.3, remember back then when I was calling for NEO 12.3, that was like back in like October, but sucker, you know, gave us a three-way move pullback right here. 1, 2, 3, did not retest it and gave us a very impulse move to the upside. Now it is giving us another 1, 2, 3. So this could be the you know, another impulse move to the downside to like a $9 to $10 range. Okay, but 0.618 and 50% pullback going to be just about this area, right? So that could be potentially a nice range to be accumulating if we do not break out from like 382. Okay, and you could be looking for this channel to the downside also. All right, so I would say like it has a pretty good chance to retest 50% to 0.618, but it is not guaranteed. You know, macro scale wise, it is still a hold, right? But short term, if you're trading short term, you might do more analysis, right, on it. Hey, what's up, Chomp? chump change. Hey, what's up, Amir? So let's go back to Ether. Ether could potentially hit a break above like 730 and could potentially hit like 850 and so on, right? So that's what we said, right? As you can see, Ether, we're not analyzing like the short-term time frame. We're looking at the 3-day and 2-day time frame. Like 2-day time frame just broke resistance, which was our previous target, 675, right? And from this point, like just about like 630, we said we're gonna be pumping like to 718 to 731. Okay, so 731, 718 got rejected, dumped back down to like, you know, mid six, you know, high 600. Now it is pumping back up, so we're gonna be looking for much higher prices for Link, not Link, Ethereum. I mean, this is a premium target, but I'm just gonna share it. Okay, so it is kind of dangerous. We're not crossing bullish yet on a 2-day basis, so you just have to suck it up and put a stop loss. However, if this sucker basically turns bullish, right? Oh my gosh, short term Ethereum gonna be all over the place. Okay, price action. Hey man, you late. You got fired. Make sure to hit the notification so you won't be late next time, all right? Subscribe, hit the notification, and make sure to hit all, because YouTube is very funny not sending out like notification, right? Yeah, but Ether macro scale is more important. Once again, Ether BTC just hit like 0.618. I told you a few weeks back. So what you need to do is like wait for the 2-day MACD is not crossing bullish yet, but still crossing bearish, but it is bullish for now. Okay, it's gonna retest it. Okay, if like we don't break 0.023, we could be potentially pumping back up to 0.03. Okay, but just go back and watch like the first, let's say 35 minutes. I think that's when I started talking about Ether. Let's double check. Yeah, I started talking about Ether at 40 minutes right into the live stream. So I think 35-40 minutes. So you can go ahead and watch it. So I gave you guys a good analysis regarding Ether, long term and short term both. Hey guys, don't forget to hit the likes, share the content in your other public Telegram group, share the live stream if you're in other Moon Boys groups. Don't forget to share Send Crypto live stream. Haven't taken a look at the structure for Steam for a while, but I don't know, man. Yeah, it is 72% down right now, so nearly, you know, so it might be time to be paying attention to it. 72% down from support, not from the top. So from the top is like 99.9, right? So let's double check it. So just have to be cautious, man. Like in this market, Saka is 99.5% down versus BTC since January 2018, January 1st, 2018. So, and it's breaking support on a quarterly basis, not like weekly basis, but quarterly basis, breaking this key area of support. I don't know, man. Just because it is down doesn't mean it's gonna go up. That's like 200x just to go back up. Nearly 200x just to go back up to a 3 years high versus BTC. I don't know. Just give it some time. Check the 50-day cycle. Take a look at the last 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 300 days. It's just been down the last 300 days. Okay, 2, 4. Nearly okay, 300 days it's been down. No green candle in any 50-day cycle, so that's not bullish, okay? Yeah, the 50-day cycle is very, very important. If you're holding for long term, it gives you time to be patient and know you're not in a bull market. Like if you take a look at like BCH, if you take a look at Bitcoin Cash, BTC 50-day cycle is horrible. Trying to find it on Kraken. I think Kraken delisted Bitcoin Cash. I can't find. Yeah, but I can't find a longer history for Bitcoin Cash because of the fork. I don't know why these suckers started a new chart. Oh, gosh, pisses me off. But you take a look at it, almost like this sucker is entirely like the entire 2021. I hope not. Entire 2020, it's been like non-stop dump. Okay, non-stop dump. So, and that's a macro cycle. That's a macro cycle. So it is not like something to play with. You just don't know how far it can go, right? Hey guys, make sure to hit the likes, man. We got 40 watching, 36 likes. If you just joined and you haven't hit the likes yet, make sure to do so. Oh, somebody just removed his likes, right? So it was 36, now it's 35. I already talked about KuCoin. It is at all-time low. It is on my watch list though, so it is at all-time low. So I got, you know, I got target 50,000, right, 14,000 range, but it is not reversing yet. Okay, it is not reversed, so we will see. It is already breaking all-time low and just made a new low. Right there is like 2364. Right here was like 2610, right? 2610. So it already created a new low, almost 10% lower than previous low, right? So we'll give it like few more weeks to see what type of a reaction we're gonna get, because that's a 50-day cycle. Even if it pumps, like, you know, if it pumps like 70%, 50%, it's still gonna dump right back down, okay, to retest the low. So you got plenty of time to accumulate. All right, guys, hit the likes, man. Hit the likes. We got 44 watching. If you just joined, you know what to do. Make sure to hit the likes. Let's get it to 100 likes. Trump just signed the bill. Oh, that's great for BTC. So that bill gonna send BTC to the moon. All right. Someone said CME CME has a gap. I don't know how to check that. The CME gap, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, never check the CME 50-day cycle, but resistance on CME was actually was like 96. So, and as you can see, that was a previous resistance, right, on the 50-day cycle. But we got a gap exactly at the you know, at a resistance, which is going to be a next support area if we ever drop back down. So the 50-day cycle is very, very important. I know most people don't pay attention to it, don't even know about it, right? Don't even talk about it. Most people only talk about it up to the weekly and sometimes monthly, right? So you can see monthly cycle doesn't show you like this type of resistance. Okay, it's gonna show you the next resistance is high up here, like 14K. But the 50-day cycle gonna give you a better you know, better closing basis, right? So as soon as we close above 11, you don't even need to wait for that range. And that's what we did, right? When we close above like 10.5, what we said, you know, 50-day cycle going to be the first candle to close above 10.5. So it is gonna, you know, pump no resistance all the way up, zero resistance basically. But the gap, if you take a look at it on the daily basis, you got a, I think we got a gap right here, like 20,000 also, right? Let's check it. Yeah, sucker do have a gap right here, like 24,000 also. Right, we do have a gap, but I wasn't even paying attention to the gap. As soon as we broke above like resistance, right, 23,950, right, we took it. We didn't care about the gap. We do have a gap right here, right, at 18,000 also, right, 18.1. We got a gap at 17, right. Change it to yellow, right? And we do have a gap also at, if I believe, $9K. Remember the gap at 9K. Whenever it was bearish right there, we were actually bullish right here. So never fill the 96 gap, right? So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps. Look at this, man. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you're right, because sucker closed on the 24th, which was Thursday, right? Yeah, which was Thursday, right? So be ready for to see BTC back down to like a 23.5 and so on, if that's the case. And on the 8-hour basis, CME is still like a crossing down. You can see like we did not cross bullish on the MACD. So 28 this time could potentially be a very hard resistance for the bulls, right? So, but not guaranteed yet, right? Yeah, so be cautious regarding BTC, you know, but it doesn't have to fill it right now because you know these gaps, right? So we haven't been filling any of these gaps over the last like what, 3 months? Since when 10K area was like October, okay, right there. Actually July, right? Whoa, that was like a 6-month gap. July, right? Did never fill it. And you can see that we get these gaps like on the weekend. That's the thing, right? This one was weekend, right? This one was also weekend, right? I don't think we got a gap right here. We don't have a gap right here. We don't have one right here. I don't know why I got this one right there. We did fill this one. No, we did not. The 17.1, we did not fill it yet. Did not fill it yet. Yeah. Yeah, that's possible. BTC may be shooting up. But one thing we know, Ether is bullish right now versus BTC. Let's see what Ether gonna do. 8 hour cross bullish on the MACD. So we're making high on our 8 hour, right? Relatively, right? So if we're gonna be making another high, this sucker gonna be pumping hard, right? So keep that in mind. All right, 6 hour, that's what we've been waiting for in our premium. We were waiting for this to cross bullish and price above, price was above like 201 EMA, but just to get the confirmation, from the MACD to cross bullish, right? And then we basically just suck it up, right? So hit the likes, guys. Hit the likes. If you just joined, don't forget to hit the likes. We got 39 watching, 43 watching, 39 likes. We need 3 more likes. Yeah, man. I'm starting to like compound. I'm ready to strike for compound if we break this key support area, right? But we're looking for like 96 and down. I think I got a better setup for it. Yep, looking for 96 down to 89, which is like the entire wedge pattern. Right, it's broadening. If we break it, it's gonna be going down, right? If we break it, we know exactly what to look for. We got resistance right at 160. Right now on the 8 hour basis, getting rejected right here by the 8 hour, 21. That's very bad. So look for a, potential break below support area that could potentially drag the price down. On the other hand, once again, we know exactly where the resistance at, right? Need to break above this trend line, and we could be looking for resistance up to 160, right? Easy setup, right? Let's take a look at DOT. So DOT has a very fun, not fun but funny chart. It do have got this flat correction, but did not continue to the downside yet, right? Retested the trend line, bounced right back up. That 4.6 been like very crucial. Even right here, I don't know if you remember when that was pumping right here, because I remember I was shorting this sucker right there, but sucker decided to pump right there, but before dropping down to the trend line, which was like this range of 4.6, a very strong support area. Okay, if we get this move down, that's going to be a good move. We just don't want to break the as you can see, like retest, pump. Okay, has not retested yet the downtrend right here. That's a possibility. Okay, but we got a nice support line right here, so let's see if we're going to be following the blue trend line or the green trend line, right? But if it breaks this key area of resistance right there, that's going to be a long to it's going to be bullish up to like 650. Right, so keep an eye on it for a possible breakout. If it does, 650 going to be next temporary resistance. If it breaks down, bull's gonna be buying right here and right there. We got an EGLD EGLD descending triangle. If you take a look at it, I don't know if you guys remember, we were bullish on EGLD at what, $7, right? You guys remember when we got this descending triangle at the bottom, we said if it drops down here, it is going to be a short, right? However, you know, afterward we flipped bullish, right? We were looking for like $15 right there. Okay. Kind of got out early, right around like 13, right? But I started trading it afterward, after the breakout above like 16.1, all the way up to $20. But right now it is correcting, so it's kind of dangerous right now to mess with it. But we could potentially see a possible descending triangle. As you can see, price action got rejected, created a wedge pattern, dropped right back down to support. This entire move could potentially be a descending triangle right here, right? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but so the question is this sucker gonna break the 8-hour 21, right, and retest the trend line, or is it just going to get rejected and retest like 16.1? So either way you look at it, 382 pullback within the next few days could potentially be a good support for, you know, EGLD, okay? And next support after that going to be 13. But as of now, it is on a downtrend, looking at the structure, until we break above this key area of 26 to 28. We could be looking for another move to the upside. But once again, break below 20, that's going to be a short all the way down to 16. Take profits. So let's take a look at IOTA BTC. IOTA BTC looks pretty much similar to the rest of the market, just like, you know. So I hope this sucker is not going to drop down here, but it is not a hold right now versus BTC. As you can see, like we dropped right here, right? It was one of my top pick back in May, right? And we were looking for this move, and that move, it did hit the first target. It just did not pump to the second target, but we picked it up right around like 20, you know, right around like 2000, all the way up to like 37. So we got support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. Break the support, that's not good. Retest it. Now it is just, you know, facing lower numbers. So we'll need to wait for a potential. We got 32% drop. We got another 32% drop. Gonna take us right around like 62. So just about like 700, right, to 800 next support area. As I said, right, they like to drop like 72%. So even down to like 500 sats, right, could potentially be a support. And remember, IOTA is 30 cents. All-time high is like $5, right? I remember buying IOTA, like what, last bull run when I was FOMOing was like 50 cents, right? 72, and I even bought IOTA at $1, right? So, but I saw it at 18 cents, right? And I was like, man, I'm gonna wait. but after it pumped to like 50 cents, I started FOMOing. I didn't care at what price I was buying it. I was just buying, right? I was like, you know, I bought at 50 cents. Next day, the sucker pump, like, or next few days later, sucker pump to 70. I just bought, man, to a 99 cents a dollar. I just kept buying, and afterward, I started selling right around, like, I didn't sell $5, but at $5 I started to be skeptical. I was like, oh, let's take some profits now. But I think I really took some profits around like $4. But when it dropped down to a dollar, I thought sucker was cheap. Sucker said, no, I'm not cheap yet. So sucker dropped all the way down to 6 cents or something like that, whatever. 5 cents, okay, 5 cents, right? So, but I got out a long time ago. But if you take a look at it, like IOTA on a macro scale, IOTA on a macro scale, really resistance, is like, next resistance is like 40 cents. If it can close above 40 cents, you can buy all you can. I mean, not financial advice, but bulls can be pumping the price up above, 40 cents. Actually 47, okay, 47. But, $5 to 50 cents, that's 100x. 100x. Okay. Okay, that's 100x, right? Right there, 99% down. So when I was telling people like be cautious, was for a reason, okay? It was not like I'm a bear and all of that good stuff. Just like if you basically endure the 2018 bear market, you're gonna be very cautious with crypto, okay? You're gonna be very. These suckers can drop 200x from where you buy at, right? It doesn't matter if you buy in the bear market or if you buy the top of the bull market. They can drop 100x, So it's like you put $1,000 and you ended up with $10. I mean, I don't have any target right now for BTC. Really, I was looking for 28 to 30K was my target. We hit 28. Right now, I'm just focusing on Ether. BTC is just a hold right now. I mean, it can break above 30K. I got an upside target to 34, but I'm not talking about it yet. I will update a short update. I will send you a short update. If and only if the structure I'm looking for is valid, we could potentially pump to 34. But right now I only got Ether target. BTC, we basically nail all our targets, man. Since like 16K, we've been bullish on BTC. When everybody was looking for 14, 15 and all of that good stuff. All these bulls, we back on live. Sorry, man, the streaming software sometimes just shut off and now have to restart it and all of that good stuff. So man, we've been live like for almost 3 hours, man. So three hours. So let's see. So what we were saying is like basically sucker could basically if you're a macro bull, your chance of being right, you got like 80 to 90% chance of being right on the macro scale. Like if you're a bull, if you're a bear, right, you got like, I would say like 40 to 50% chance to be wrong if what you're looking for is invalidated. But for instance, like if you're expecting like BTC to hit 30K, 50K, or even 150K, right? The chance of you being right is very, very high. Okay, it's just like you just have to wait longer. You know what we're saying is, like, for instance, if you take a look at BTC, a short-term bear market. I mean, now you can call it short-term, right? If you take a look at the bear market, we got in this range, right? So most bulls been absolutely wrong all along this range. Okay, so but like for instance, when we pump 40%, right? The most notable analysts, right? They've been saying, "Oh, we're in the bull market," right? But what we said, no, we're not in a bull market. We're gonna drop down. And when we pump back right here, what we said, we're not in a bull market because we're making a flat correction right here. Okay, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna capitulate down. Okay, most notable analysts, they've been saying, oh, BTC is above the weekly 21 EMA and all of that good stuff, right? And we in the bull market, we did call this move capitulation, 50%. You can go back and check my channel, right? Just about this area, like March, like February, March, and all of that good stuff, right? We've been saying 50% capitulation, right? So now, bull's gonna be like, oh, we've been right all along. No, you weren't right. Short term, you weren't right. Long term, yes. Okay, long term, yes. So that's what I'm saying. If you're a long term bull, just stay a long term bull. Don't try to be bearish, right? If you don't know how to trade the short term bearishness, right? Because it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be choppy. It's gonna, we're gonna get a lot of fake outs and all of that good stuff. So let me see. Guys, let me know if you guys can. The streaming is playing. Let me know if let me know if you guys can hear, right? Before I keep going. I don't know why the streaming is. Gosh, I think you can. Alright guys, so let me know if the sound is good. Just refresh the streaming. If you guys can hear, let me know so I can make sure everything is straight. Let me see. All right, I think everything is back on, right? So